Hail, O mighty hero, O powerful champion, strong and valiant one. Wow, Gideon is anything but strong, and he's anything but mighty or valiant. And he's not a champion, but the angel greets him. Why did the angel do that? Was he lying? This week, there was some amazing news. I don't know if you caught it. Israeli archaeologists have uncovered a 3,100-year-old inscription from the time of the biblical judges. At an excavation, it was in a storage pit dug into the ground with stones, and they said it's the most exciting part of this is they discovered an inscription from the time of judges. Now, they have never had an inscription from the time of judges. An inscription meaning a word. There were some scattered letters. Never. This is the first time ever. And so it forms a word from the book, from the time of Judges. And that fact alone is gigantic. But what's the word? The word is a name, and the name is the name Jerubbaal or Jerubbaal. Now, why is that so important? The archaeologists said, listen, we've never had a name from this period. The book of Judges tells us of a man named Jerubbaal or Jerubbaal, and he is also known as Gideon. Gideon. They found the first inscription from that time, Judges, not just letters, but a word, not just word, but a name, not just a name, but the name that is the name that was called, but Gideon was called. Gideon is from the book of Judges. This is dated from that time. This is amazing. Critics are always saying, no, the Bible made that up. The Bible put that in there. They said there was really no house of David. Guess what? Then they discovered the inscription of the house of David. They questioned the book of Jeremiah. Guess what? They discovered all these names from the book of Jeremiah, the seals of these people that Jeremiah spoke of, including Baruch, his scribe. And for the first time in history, just recently, the seal of an ancient king of Israel turned up, the king's name Hezekiah, after 2,500 years. It happens again and again. They deny something, then it comes up from the ground. The stones cry out. And now, of all people, Gideon. Now, the name Jerubbaal was not common. It's the only one we know was Gideon, because he was called for what he did when he broke down the altar of Baal. And actually, on Sunday, I'm led to say something about that this linked to where we are right now with the gods of this world. But he crushed the altar. He was called Jerubbaal from that time. In the book of Hebrews, chapter 11, it speaks of the heroes of faith, the great men and women of God. And near the end, it gives a list, and it says this: and what more shall I say? I don't have time to tell about Gideon, Barak, Samson, Jephthah, David, Samuel, the prophets, who through faith conquered kingdoms, administered justice, gained what was promised, shut the mouths of lions, quenched the fury of the flames, escaped the edge of the sword. First one mentioned, Gideon. And now after 3,000 years, this name comes up. Gideon, who led an army of 300 people against a camp of thousands and thousands with no weapons, just a shofar and a clay jar. Gideon was one of the great heroes of the Bible, but he didn't start out as a great hero of the Bible. He didn't even start out with faith. He didn't even start out great. He started out scared, doubting, unbelieving, cynical, everything that's not good. And what always strikes me of the story of Gideon is something that happens at the beginning. I'm going to read it. If you have Judges 6, open up, but you don't have to. Here it is, Judges 6, verse 11. Then the angel of the Lord came and sat under the oak that was in Ophrah, not the Oprah we know, which belonged to Joash the Abiezrite, and his son Gideon was beating out wheat in the winepress in order to save it from the Midianites. The angel of the Lord appeared to him and said to him, "The Lord is with you, valiant warrior." Then Gideon said, "Oh, my Lord, if the Lord is with us, why has all this happened to us? Where are all his miracles, which our fathers told us about, saying, did the Lord not bring us out of Egypt? But now the Lord has abandoned us, handed us over to Midian." This is a very Jewish response. And the Lord looked at him and said, "Go in this strength of yours and save Israel. From the hand of Midian have I not sent you?" But he said to him, "Oh Lord, how am I to save Israel? Behold, my family is the least of Manasseh. I'm the youngest of my father's house." Yet the Lord said to him, I will certainly be with you, and you will defeat Midian as one man. So an angel appears to Gideon, gives him a charge and a mission. Gideon doesn't believe it. The angel of the Lord is with you. Gideon answers, I don't think he is. Where are all the miracles? Where's all this? The Lord says, I have sent you. Gideon says, how can I do this on the least? Not exactly the words of a hero of faith. But what strikes me is the very beginning. The angel of the Lord appeared to Gideon and said, the Lord is with you. And then he says in Hebrew, Gibbor he hayil. Gibbor he hayil. Gibbor. What does it mean? Great word. It's used in Isaiah 9:10. It says, unto us a child is born. His name shall be El Gibbor. He shall be the mighty God. Gibbor means mighty, valiant, warrior, powerful, hero, giant, excellent, and champion. So the angel is telling all this to Gideon. He doesn't deserve this. And the next word, hechayil, means also powerful, strong, mighty. So it's a double thing. Hail, O mighty hero, O powerful champion, strong and valiant one. Wow, Gideon is anything but strong, and he's anything but mighty or valiant. And he's not a champion, but the angel greets him. Why did the angel do that? Was he lying? Angel of gods don't lie. They don't humor people. So then how could he say Gideon was valiant, warrior, champion, giant? How could it be true when it wasn't true? In fact, Gideon's response proves it's not true, yet it is true. The angel was not speaking of how it appeared, but of what was true in the purposes of God. The angel was speaking of what God's purposes were for Gideon and what would become manifest in time. He's speaking, it seemed as if it was false, yet if you read Hebrews, clearly it came true. The great heroes of Israel, but the angel said it before it happened. The calling of Gideon begins with those words, God is with you, O Gibbor, great, valiant, champion of God. Hi, I'm Jonathan Cahn, and I hope you were blessed with the video. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and tap the bell icon so you're notified every time a new video is posted. Feel free to share your reactions with your comments and how you were blessed, and share this video with your friends. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.